Bears now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now Jones. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. Throwing Jones. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Hunter Nice-Runner on the punt now on 4th down. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fielded at the 33. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Bears take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 99 yards, and a touchdown.
And they've already clinched the playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Santos with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. That time a 9 play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
Right back to him on first down. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Throwing deep for Galladay. And this is incomplete. It looked like he had a pretty good line on that, but that would have been a big play. But he could not pull it in. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Here comes Cohen. 35 yards that time on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And they have secured that spot in the playoffs, clinching the NFC North Division, in fact. So for the moment, they would be hosting a wild card game in round 1.
And I think it is cause for celebration. Let's not get hung up on the fact that only one team now gets a bye in the first round. Win your division, get to the playoffs, celebrate that, and by the way, they are guaranteed a home game. That's a good way to start the playoffs.
And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. A give, this is Montgomery. Big hold of the 30, and finally brought down at the 34-yard line. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back, a gain of 15. Second down. That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that.
They've got his man complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Fields now to throw. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Off play action, Fields. There's Mooney with another catch. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Edwards-Helaire, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears will add on to their lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. New York ready to go again offensively. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Off-play action. Jones. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards, the final tally. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. A handoff as they run the counter play. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. It's complete to Robinson. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one. And I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Marquise Goodwin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. New York's offense back out there and set to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. Thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. To throw on 3rd down, Jones. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. On the return is Cohen. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Bears are able to add on to their first half lead. It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away. But this one might be over by halftime.
And since you already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Kenny Golladay making his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts. One of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. Jones throwing on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Hawkins. No gain on the screen there at second down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
So, Charles, here we are, Week 17. Both of these teams playing their 16th game of the regular season. And obviously for decades, that was the full season. But as we all know, Little Strange, still 1 more game to go next week.
Yeah, Brandon, I think we're both interested to see how things play out next week because we know their division titles and wild card spots up for grabs, so those teams, no doubt they'll be all in. But how would you like to go in front of a team that's 3-13 and say, okay, guys, one more time, let's go get them. If we win, it benefits someone else.
Well, the Giants send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is taken around the 12. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals. Now a first down throw. Fields. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Marquise Goodwin with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bears open the lead up to 34-0.
Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance traveled or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it. But he sure made it look easy there.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Kenny Golladay making his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Colin Johnson there, the intended target.
And that'll bring up second down.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground.
And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. Second straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground.
Well, they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
They shakes it off.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them, so what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
On second down, it's Montgomery, and he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
67 yards rushing for him now to this point. On play action, Fields.
Rolling to his right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time. Now a gain of 20 here. They'll run on first down. It's Montgomery. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. The big nose tackle, Danny Shelton, there to swallow him up. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Fields escaping the pressure right. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It's a gain of 34.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's Edwards-Helaire.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Now Edwards-Helaire.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it is 42-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Extra point try good by Gano. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far. And you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56.
Back to throw. Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Ellerson Smith brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
56, the mic.
Another try after the first down sack. Fields. He'll buy some time right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
56. Right there, 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Yeah, that's 3rd down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Running for it, Montgomery. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. From the 41, Fields.
That's complete to Mooney.
He is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Now here's a throw that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the 22, Fields. They'll roll him out right. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
77 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. Now it's Fields.
Sliding out of the pocket. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this will get out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Once more, Montgomery.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season.
And the Bears are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they've faced in this ball game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Possession switching back to the New York Giants. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. This is complete to Hawkins. Evades the tackler and now some space. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 33 yards that time.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Jones now on 1st and 10. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. On 2nd and 10, Jones. Complete. It's Johnson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Partner, took a while for him to lock onto a receiver, and he finally found his man coming left to right across the formation. But by the time he got the ball to him, not much of a chance to turn upfield and make anything out of it.
The Giants on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Khalil Mack has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And the Giants send out their punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is taken at about the 14. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back out onto the field comes Allen Robinson. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places.
Fighting through, and he's got space. And he's got some space here. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, 78 yards. And the Bears extend this fourth quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Well, we saw David Montgomery lead the nation a few years back in broken tackles when he was at Iowa State, and he's proven to be difficult to bring down in the NFL as well. Santos with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Here's Jones on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hawkins. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or 2. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
181 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense.
He'll let this go for the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here's Fields.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked by Julian Love.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Back to throw. Jones
finding Rudolph.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, They don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete. 2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
The Bears offense out there set and ready to go.
They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put some...
nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Deep ball for Goodwin.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Fields.
And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
54 Mike. Check.
They snap it to Fields.
Rolling to his right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Throwing again. Jones. And this is caught. Well, they get 1 back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
But that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
On 1st down, Fields.
Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.